In the Thar Desert, the landscape is in a constant state of flux. Gale-force winds reshape the earth, leaving nothing stable to stand on. This chart shows exactly what anything living here is up against. The temperature regularly spikes to a blistering 50 degrees Celsius, while the annual rainfall averages as little as 100 millimeters for the entire year. The dryness is so intense you can actually see it in the air. The sky here rarely looks blue. It is a thick, hazy orange gold. Then there is the Lu. These hot winds barrel across the open plains, dragging massive sandstorms that can quickly overwhelm anyone caught outside. When animals or travelers are stranded in these conditions without shelter, the heat takes an immediate toll. The trails are occasionally marked by the remains of livestock that couldn't find shade in time. When you combine that kind of heat with a total absence of infrastructure and near-zero rainfall, the environment becomes more than just difficult. On paper, life here simply shouldn't be possible. Yet, life does find a way to establish a foothold. It achieves this through radical mechanical adaptation. Take a look at this local specimen, often called the Thor plant. It looks similar to a cactus and towers high over the surrounding scrubgrass. This diagram shows its survival mechanism in action. During rare rainfall events, the plant expands its internal vascular tissue, acting as a biological reservoir to hoard water for the dry months ahead. There is a second counterintuitive anomaly in the desert: trees that provide critical, cooling shade, despite having no leaves. Instead of broadleaves, which would let intense sunlight filter through, these trees grow thousands of dense, overlapping branches. In the early morning, this thick web acts like a net to trap tiny moisture particles from the humid air. When the daytime winds finally hit, that trapped moisture filters the incoming hot air, creating a cooled downdraft beneath the canopy. These plants act as natural terraformers. They actively cool their immediate surroundings, generating microclimates that allow other species to escape the heat. Humans have taken direct notes from these natural shelters. In the most remote settlements, you won't find imported concrete, glass, or steel. Locals engineer homes using the earth beneath their feet, layering thick mud over wood frames. The mass of these mud walls provides insulation. They reflect scorching daytime heat to keep the interior cool, then release trapped warmth during cold desert nights. But the inhabitants can't stay inside forever. Daily life requires crossing massive, open expanses of the desert to find grazing land or reach neighboring settlements. Navigating this terrain demands an incredible level of physical conditioning. It's common to find locals carrying heavy loads of wood, trekking up to 9 kilometers barefoot across the searing sand. Surviving out here requires a mastery of local materials, combined with a rejection of what most of us consider basic physical comfort. But physical endurance and thick walls aren't the only ways the community remains intact. The deeper strategy for staying in the Thar depends on the relationships between the people, their resources, and the animals they depend on. Much of the social structure is built around a symbiotic bond between the shepherds and their livestock. These animals provide a livelihood, and in return, their owners risk the midday heat to manually distribute water and keep the herd safe. Water dictates the rhythm of the day. Every drop is drawn by hand, requiring hours of manual labor just to secure enough hydration for a family to make it to the next morning. You might expect this relentless daily grind to break a person's spirit. Yet, despite the harsh sun and the lack of modern facilities, the inhabitants consistently express a profound sense of personal happiness. Over generations, they have mirrored the environment around them, becoming as grounded, steady, and resilient as the land they inhabit. In the end, the Thar demonstrates a different kind of survival, one where the absence of every modern convenience hasn't led to despair, but to a quiet, steady contentment. It's proof that life doesn't just endure these extremes, it finds a way to be at peace within them.